I'm going to move y'all real quick. We're going to talk a minute. Excuse my arm there. Welcome to my sewing room / formal living room / dining room. I'm Becky, and this is Aunt Beck's Creations. And I just came on to discuss a project I'm doing as a addition to the Project Dress-A-Girl. I had a bunch of the fabrics left over from making all of the little dresses. So I said, I want to make something for myself. And then allpeoplequilts.com, I'm on their mailing list. And it came in my email box that they have a quilt pattern called logging on. And I said, that's what I'm going to do with the extra fabrics. Well, I've got the blocks put together, and I thought I would just come on live and hi Sharon, and share the construction of the quilt in as far as layout. So I'm not going to be on a real long time. Bernadette has an appointment at the groomer, so I have to keep an eye on time. But I want to show what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging because we're going to do all this on the floor. So bear with me for just a second. And this is very impromptu, so nobody knows I'm on. So that's okay. Everybody can watch the replay. Let's move this out the way. And I'm going to point you guys down at the floor. And we'll see what I come up with. Hi, Barbara. Barbara and Sharon. All right, so I had to make 10 A blocks and 10 B blocks. I'm going to bring them back over here by the sewing table. And we'll start putting them down. I've got the first row starts with an A block. It goes A, B, A, B. And then the next one starts with the B block. B, A, B, A. So let's do the first one. So A, B, A, B. I keep seeing ABBA when I do this. And I want the last strip to face to the left. The last strip sewn on is one full long piece. So there's A, B, another A, another A, and a B. And we might get some Tippy help because he's being nosy today. So that's row 1. Row 2 starts with the B blocks. So here's a B. And we'll throw that cat's rat and he can go play with that. It's a stuffed rat. It's not a real rat. B. And then A. Got a little bit of a size difference there. Oh, goodness. Oh, well. And I think I'm going to use a different one than that one so that I don't have two of the same. And B. And then another A. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the whole thing once I get it down. And you can see that the A block is smaller than the B block. So let me see. Hi, Janet. She's going to post for me. Tippy, I got to move that chair because we got to come back this way. Move, honey. Where did he go? Get off the quilt, you little monster. Oh, you messed it up, you dog. Go get your bird. I figured I was going to get help. I didn't know it was going to be so soon. He's like, I can do that too. I can do quilting, Mama. I can help. Not. Now he'll go tell the other two what I'm doing, and we'll have all 3 cats in here messing me up. This is a project for me, so I'm not real concerned about the cats getting on it, so that just everybody knows. All right, so now we start with A again. So there's A. And B. Oh, you're going to have to go out on the porch because you just keep messing me up, you little brat. You come through again and you're going on the porch. Just letting you know. Wish I could see the chat a little bit better. See, I don't like those two next to each other. Let's move this one over here. That's why you should always lay your quilt out before you start putting it together. Now, see, I'm going to have two of those to stick together. Hang on. We'll just grab another one. And a B. Because you don't want a bunch of the same next to each other. So if you lay it on the floor, then you can see what it's going to look like before you've done any stitches. So now we're back to it, starting with an A block. So there's an A. I think I'll pull a block from the bottom of the stack so I don't have them. And there's a B. They're very scrappy blocks because I was using just the fabrics that I had left from the dresses. So just these blocks used another 4.5 yards from my stash. So if I count this plus the dresses plus my project board, I've used 29.5 yards of fabric from my stash. Just stash fabrics, things I've had. Oh, come here. That is not a game. We'll put you outside, you little monster. If I'm talking too loud, I'm sorry. I just want you to be able to hear me, and I feel like I'm a ways away. All right, so now we're back to starting with the B blocks. And this is the last two. So we'll put that B block there. And this one here. And I just watched Lisa's naughty haul video where she's supposed to be cleaning, and she went to some sales and she got some neat things. All right. So that's what the quilt will look like. I will go ahead and pin the rows together. But I'm not done. This is not what the quilt's going to actually look like. So hang on just a second. Hi, Barbara. So this is the quilt. Here comes the monster. He's going to come to wipe out again. I guess that's as good as it's going to get. Hi, Barbara Clark. Okay, so Janet Nash had this idea. She said, you should add some of the hearts, like pockets on the little dresses. So what I did is I went to the pattern that the little dresses came out of, which is a pattern from 1999, and I took the heart pocket pattern, and I took the fabric I had left over. As most of them have interfacing on the back, and I'll do 1/4 inch away and then clip it a little bit and do applique. Some of them I'm going to have to add to the back because I didn't have enough in the right size. So my idea is to just kind of plop these on here. I wish the little demon would quit running through here. And maybe put like a red heart up here. And it's going to look upside down to you guys. Maybe I might even overlap over the blocks. So I'll wait till I get the top sewn together, and then I'll just put some little hearts on it. And I'm going to put 15 hearts on it to represent the 15 dresses that I made. Oh, he's getting his sister involved now. And there goes the quilt. Life with cats. Holy heck. Y'all might have to be sold to Gypsy Carnival that comes through. If y'all don't stop. Take you out to the state fair. State fair is here. All right. I just just want to give you guys kind of a look. I'm not saying this is exactly where the hearts are going to land, but I got 15 hearts here. Get off from it, rotten beastie. He did that on purpose. Did you see him? Rotten. Oh my goodness. If I wasn't live, I'd take the time to put him out. I probably should have put him out to begin with. But you see what I mean. I'm just gonna, I'll sew the top together and then I'll put the hearts on again. Just so I wanted to share what I was doing so y'all would know where I've been, because I've not really been. I'm here. Now the quilt, I'm going to look at chat here in just a sec. The quilt has an additional border. I'll work out spacing later. There are 20 blocks. There's 15 hearts. So I'll have to do a little math. But you get the idea. The quilt actually has a border around it. I'll show you. And I don't know if I'll have fabric in my stash to do that or if I will need to purchase something. But I'm going to show you. Here's what the quilt on the website looks like. And they, of course, did autumn colors. But it has just this wide border. What I'm thinking of doing is putting a narrow border of green around the whole thing. So think about a 1-inch little border around the whole thing. And then I was thinking I would do a piano keys border using more of the pieces from the dress. And piano keys, basically, if I made them true piano keys, there would be some white. But I'm going to do them more like bricks and just sew these together along the side and make pieces to go all the way around. So let me show you. So imagine there's a 1-inch border of green. And then next to it, I would do like this. I don't know if you'll be able to see. And there'll be different ones next to each other. But it would be like something like this. And I'd just sew great big strips of these together. And so I'd have that around the edge, maybe a 2-inch green border beyond that, and then back it and bind it. So do y'all think that would look good with the like piano keys on the side? Hi, Janet Nash. I'm showing the quilt, and your idea is going to work out great, I think, of adding the hearts. And I'll work on the placement of the hearts so that they are resting on a spot where the heart just pops. And then when I go to quilt this, I thought maybe I would just do a repetitive heart all over the whole thing. So what do y'all think about that? If I did the quilting, I could maybe even do, I'd applique the hearts down, and then when I get my batting and everything laid out, we're going to try to set up one of the hand frames that we got at the thrift store. And I'm excited about that. I would rather hand quilt, try to wrestle with my regular machine. I think I'd find it a whole lot more peaceful. But I'll applique the hearts on before I put my batting and everything together. But then when I go to quilt, I was just thinking, what if I just echo the hearts like 3 times out, maybe 2 inches between each one. And if I just did that around each heart, it would come out quite a ways. And then I could just kind of meander and catch between the hearts with just like little connecting things. I'm just really just throwing things out there. But this is my project to use my scraps from Project Dress a Girl. And I'm so excited about it. Can you tell? And this is what I've got so far. So what do y'all think? I can get over here where I can read the chat. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you. And Nettie's here. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Brittany. Here comes trouble. I hear him. He thinks this is a big game just for him. But I was thinking this would be a nice quilt to put over my rocking chair. Somebody noticed my Pillsbury Doughboy blanket, but I thought I would hang this quilt over the back of my rocking chair here in my sewing room. If I had more wall space, I would hang it. Janet, you could do this quilt block. It's 2 different blocks, and it's basically log cabin. But what you do for the A blocks, you put 2 5-inch squares together, and then you start doing a log cabin quilt around that. So you pick a side, put a 2-inch strip, sew it down, then you turn the block 90 degrees and put the next strip down, and then you just keep doing that and work your way around the center blocks. That's all that is. It's really easy. Squares and rectangles. What takes the most time with quilting, and I think Barbara Clark would probably agree with me, is the actual cutting the pieces out. Once you start sewing them together, you can have a quilt top in no time. I think, Sharon, you do some quilting too, don't you? I can't remember. I know you do felting. But I find that the most time-consuming thing of all is actually cutting them out. And then if you're going to hand quilt, those 2 things, cutting and quilting. Did you watch the Mari on Sunday? She did a roundup of all of the dresses, and she said 780 dresses were going to be donated because of this. It's a fun time. I just have to remember to take breaks for my back. So, yeah. Barbara. Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society says she said it would be very nice at her house, basically. Yes, the 5-inch squares. So block A is 2 5-inch squares, and then these strips are all at 2-inch squares, not squares, strips. Basically, you could do this as a strip quilting piece. So 5-inch squares, and then just line up a 2-inch strip here and then cut it even with this piece, sew it down. Then you turn the whole block, and then you sew another strip that's the whole length of the 2-inch square, the 5-inch 2-inch strip, 5-inch square, 5-inch square. You go all the way down, and then just turn your block again. So just that space that you've created here, turn it again, and then just sew there. That's all log cabin is. You just keep turning it until you get it to the size you want. You guys are trouble. Howard said, I did not. Chippy did it. Howard, you want to get on it, don't you? He said, no. Well, maybe. No. Tippy's being a beastie. So anyway, and if I can remember, I'll put the link to this quilt. The regular quilt is it's called Logging Out. It's by Lynette Jensen at allpeoplequilt.com. It's just when I printed this off, it did not print any of the diagrams. So I went back and drew the diagrams to a point where I could understand them. So you got to watch, because sometimes the diagrams don't print. Yeah, managing it when it gets big is difficult. Sounds great. So Facebook is offline right now. So that's all I wanted to share. I've got to take Bernadette to Lexington to the groomer. Tippy, honey, I got to pick everything up. Come on. Yeah, I know. Come here. I'm going to put you out on the porch real quick. I'll be right back. Howard, do you want to go too? Don't knock it up, Howard. I don't stand a chance. I get one put out and the other one comes in. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I was going to share. Any questions? You're going to the groomer on Thursday. I don't know if y'all noticed. I don't know if I'll be in the shot over here or not. Move, Howard. This is my chair. But I got my hair cut to the groomer last week because I couldn't stand it any longer. And I got a whole bunch off the back. Tippy wants a quilt. They have a little quilt that they regularly leave hair on. But this is where I sew. See my green desk over here? And when I have y'all over there, I've got these side trays on this old desk. Look, these pull out here and here. And I can just have y'all set up like right here. And I can have my coffee here. And I can do ironing over here. It's the perfect sewing table. Weighs a, but we got it for free. Somebody was just getting rid of it. So, yeah, this is where I sew. And that's our formal dining room. The table's currently covered with stuff. Yeah, you can see Scott left his snacks on the table. He was supposed to take those to work today. The lady at the salon, she said, "Are you sure you want to cut this much off?" And I'm like, I've had my hair this short a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to work my way through my fabric. I've got a tub under the table over there, under the desk. That's all fabric I've bought from fabricmart.com for clothes. I want to make myself a bunch of new clothes. Yeah, somebody was saying that Facebook was down. Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, I won't keep you guys. Thanks for stopping in. I've got to get these picked back up because you can see the cats won't stay off them. And I'm not going to sew anymore right away. Janet, I don't, but I'm going to, when I sign off here, I'll put a link to the quilt online. And they have diagrams of the blocks. Okay. All right. Thanks for stopping in and seeing the quilt. And I'll do an update later on. Bye, guys.